First of all, I started to think, oh my gosh, is this podcast going to be like just documenting all of the mistakes that I make while I'm knitting? Because that's what it's kind of looking like. Welcome to Knit All the Things. My name is Laurel. I'm also known as West Maven on Instagram, Ravelry, and here. If you're new, welcome. This is a space where I talk about all the things that I'm knitting, all the things I want to knit, all things yarn, all the things. So get cozy and let's jump right in. Also, real quickly today, I have my puppies roaming around, so they may make an appearance at some point. As you can tell, I'm currently not wearing a finished object. I did finish one, but I want to talk about it a little bit with you. So, if you have seen some of my previous episodes, I made this ranunculus. It's made with Matchmaker yarn, their 2022 colorway, held with their mohair in a color granite. It is really cozy. I followed the pattern. I ran out of yarn towards the end. I actually knit the sleeves just in case, and then it got to be as long as it could be. So it is a bit cropped. It fits really nicely, and I declared this my very perfect sleeve. I love the length of sleeves. I counted them. For me, it was 75 rows. And so I knew that when I was making my next one, which I'll show you in a minute, I wanted that same length. So I did count and mark them off. I like to use safety pins to mark off the rows, and then that just helps me count. It also keeps me from measuring every 5 minutes. Like, I can just know that I need to count out this many rows, so that's super helpful. So I made a second one. My second ranunculus. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a Midori Hirose pattern. She is a wonderful designer. I actually have a lot of her patterns in my library, and I kind of can't wait to knit them and share them with you. So this is the second one. This time I added beads, and it is knit in Chelsea Luxe Yarns, her 80-10-10 in the color Straw Hat. There's some really cool like little blips of orange in here that were fun to knit. And I just love the variegation. It's just so perfect. The first sweater, I helical knit the body and switched off skeins. And the second sweater, I did not do that. Like, that is how perfect her yarn is. It is unbelievable. It just did not really pool. It just is so cool. And then it's held with Bien Aimee's Mohair in the color Kokko. I love this color. It is so bright. All right, so this is what I have left. And it is quite a bit. But as you can see, the Chelsea Luxe had more of a golden color, and then this was like more of a chartreuse. So I was really interested to see how they were going to go together, and I really think it turned out like could not be more perfect. When the sun catches it, it is like so bright, but it's really great. So let me try this on with you, and I'll continue on the saga of this sweater. All right, so here is the second ranunculus, and as you can see, super cozy. I don't know if you can tell right now, but I'm going to point something out to you. So this one's longer. Twisted rib is the length that it's supposed to be, but I do believe I knit the body longer, and I just really like how it turned out. I can imagine probably wearing this one more just because of the length. Here's what happened. So it was my birthday on the 8th, and I was going to wear this sweater. I thought, no problem, I'm going to finish this. There's absolutely no way I won't finish this sweater. Really shouldn't say things like that. Like, it's not a good plan. I did not finish the sweater. I also haven't blocked it yet or woven it in, so if you see strings hanging out, my little pin decoration, that's what's going on. But it is a very, very cozy sweater. I love it. Here's what happened. I was knitting, I already kind of told you this in the previous episode, so I'll go by quickly, but I like to mark off, like I was saying, the rows so that I can easily count. I wanted to do 75 rows. I knit one side, actually I knit this one first. This is my first sleeve, knit it. Then I knit this one. And after I knit this one, I realized, oh, something's off. I had actually left this bright yellow one and this bright yellow one were attached still. And I was like, oh, I forgot to do one more repeat of my counting. So I ripped back to here and then I knit this much. And then when I was done, I was so excited and I put the sleeves together. They were not the same size. They were like not the same size. Like probably, I don't know, this much. I bet you it was about that much. And I was like, what is going on? And when I discovered this, it was late at night, which often happens. Like when I make a mistake, it's one, late at night, and two, I discover it when I'm like already too tired and should be going to sleep. So I kind of threw a fit and put this in timeout and was like, I am done with this sweater for right now. I will have to figure it out later. So I woke up, pulled out the sweater, and I was looking at like, what should I do? Should I, like, I don't even know where to begin. I had the needles and I was about to reattach them to do the body. And I realized at that point that I had been knitting the sweater on the wrong needle. But I wasn't sure if I knit the entire sweater on the wrong needle or just a sleeve, just part of a sleeve. So the pattern calls for a needle size 7. I guess I knit this on a 10.5. And I think I even had commented at some point like, oh, the yoke seems looser on this sweater. Oh, it's probably because of the yarn. Like, hello, pay attention, Laurel. No, it's because you used the wrong needle. And I have no clue on how that happened. Like, the only thing I can think is maybe I wanted a little bit even wider neckline than the last sweater. And so maybe I used it for the neckline or decided I was using it for the neckline and just continued on. I don't really know. Like, I don't have any idea how that happened. So luckily, I checked the gauge on both the sleeves and the gauge was the same. So that wasn't it. I counted the rows. The rows are the same. I have no idea, but I do. Here's what happened. So here's the things we learned making Ranunculus number 2. Oh my God. Okay, so if you steam block a sweater, it's gonna be different. I steam blocked the sweater, realized my sleeves were the wrong length, and then I reknit that much with the 10.5 needle. That's okay because the gauges matched. So it wasn't that the gauge was off or the gauge that I decided I was knitting the sweater at, unbeknownst to me. So that wasn't it. What had happened was the steam blocking was just enough to where one sleeve was steam blocked, the other one was not. And so there was a discrepancy. Once I steam blocked both sleeves again, they match. So who knows? Like, that was like a weird, I don't know. I guess I just forgot. I don't know. Have you ever made the mistake of not blocking one of your sleeves and not knowing? Like, tell me below. Like, what the heck? I really was about to rip out the sweater. I was like, do I just rip out the entire thing and reknit it on a size 10? Like, I don't actually mind the fit, but I was like going there. Even though you've made a pattern once, don't make the assumption that you know everything about it. You should definitely still well read it. Okay, I'm sure you already knew that. It's done. I like the beads. The beads are awesome. They have like a subtle sparkle. It's a bright, happy color. I really can see myself wearing it quite a bit. So yeah, finished sweater. We did it. The other thing that I knit was, I'm trying to decide which one to show you first. Okay, so the other thing that happened in the last 2 weeks since I last talked to you was that I had an eye procedure that was just preventative to make sure that my eyes stay healthy. But because of that, I was in a waiting room and super nervous, and for like days nervous about this thing. And so I just decided that I was going to pull out an old project to knit on. Let me show you. My puppy is sitting on you can have this back in just a second. Okay, so a couple of years ago, I knit the half and half triangle wrap. This is a free pattern by Purlsoho. I really like it a lot. I saw Caddy Jacks, I was influenced, knit this, knit several of these, and I just wanted to knit one. So mine is Kettle Black and Rose Granite. I absolutely love these colors. As far as it goes for an actual shawl, I'm a pretty small person. I knit the largest size. It's big. It is big on me. Like, let me just say, it's big. So it is more like wearing a blanket. So I don't typically wear it as a shawl, although I actually have when it was like snowy and very cold. I did wear it as a shawl because I knew it was going to be warm. But I normally just use it as like a little blanket when I'm knitting. It's so cozy. I really, really like using it that way. Here you go, little puppies. You can have this back. But I decided that I had picked out more linen quill. This is knit with Purl Soho Linen Quill. I'm pretty sure I said that. But I picked out more colors. I have Super Orange and Bright Flamingo. I think I got these when they had a sale. I swear at one point I thought it was discontinued, which is why I thought it was on sale, but it's not. I checked. So you can still get these colors if you want to be twins with me. But yeah, so Super Orange, Bright Flamingo. I wanted to knit a lot of color. I'll probably use it like a nice cozy blanket. Also, my kids try to steal the one I have right now, so, and apparently the dog, everybody likes it. Yeah, it'll be nice to have another one. So I've not knit a ton, but I feel like I did. I think I only had like a few rows when I grabbed it, so I've knit probably this much, which I'm just in the part where you go back and forth, like the very long back and forth, which I feel like as soon as you hit the halfway mark, it gets super fast. But right now I'm just in the slow. I've been taking it in a car with me or different places that are just like, it's an easy knit. So that's what I've been working on. The other thing I've been working on, which, my God, I wish this was done to show you, but it's not, but it will be soon, is my Ferda Genser. This pattern is by Heidi, Anna and Heidi Pickles. They, I believe, have a yarn company, Pickles Yarn in Norway. I will post all this information in the description of this video, but this is knit with my Sweet Nestings Advent. It's the 2021 Advent. So I have been making quite a bit of progress. I kind of think I only had like this much. So I've made some progress on the body. This is really my first all over color work that I've done. I really just love how it's turning out. I'm getting into the brighter, darker colors now, right here. So I decided to mirror the colors. Yeah, and then the sleeves. I love it. It's just taking longer than I thought, and that's okay. Knitting is a slow process, so I must learn to embrace that. So those are my works in progress. Last podcast, I asked you to help me pick my next knitting project, and the options were the Monday sweater by Petite Knit, the Halu sweater by Caitlin Hunter, Zweig by Caitlin Hunter, and the Diamond jacket by Ann Wenzel. So here's what happened. The Halu, Zweig, and Diamond jacket all had the same amount of votes. But the Monday sweater had literally one more than them. So Monday sweater it will be. This particular yarn that I'm going to use, I'm really excited about. I feel like it kind of matches my eye color a little. I really like this color a lot. I got this in a D-stash on Ravelry. If you haven't seen my latest video, it's not necessarily a podcast, it's just kind of a little fun video that I did on ways to enhance your stash, if you will, on a budget or to find yarns for less. This was a D-stash, so I just wanted to kind of be transparent about that. And then during Christmas is typically when Kristen has her holiday colors. I believe it was like even not until December, because I was kind of waiting to see if she was going to bring this color back and have it on mohair. So I snagged some mohair to match, also in the colorway Krampus. So this is her Nouveau base and her Ghost Lace base, both in the colorway Krampus. The Nouveau skeins that I have are all from the same dye lot, and the Krampus are all from the same dye lot, but these are like years and years apart. But she does a great job. Like, they're very close in subtle differences. So I'm very excited to make that sweater. So thank you very much if you voted. Thank you for taking the time to do that. I talked a little that it was my birthday on March 8th. Right here, this cute little guy is joining us. And he is from a company out of Barcelona called Ornamante. My husband and I had our honeymoon in Barcelona, and we were walking around one day and saw a little like side street, and in that side street we came across the Ornamante studio. It looked like this cool art gallery / store, and I regretted the moment we left there not getting one of their like special animals. The owners were wonderful people, and I was just like sad that I couldn't bring part of that home as a souvenir. And they have all kinds of things: unicorns, horses, tigers, cats, all kinds of animals. But I was sad that I didn't bring one home. And part of the reason I didn't bring one home was because we were traveling standby, and I also did not know how I was going to transport him on an airplane and get him home like all in one piece, because he's ceramic, and I was afraid that you couldn't like take them and put him under a seat. Like, there's a lot of things I just didn't think I could get him home. So I didn't get one, and I was really sad about it. And I've had my eye on them for a very long time, and my husband for my birthday surprised me and gave him to me. I love him so much. He's so cute. So he's gonna hang out with us now. That's our new little friend. If you like my Rhino, we should name him. If you have a good Rhino name, please let me know in the comments below. So I so appreciate you hanging out with me today. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I make these videos about every 2 weeks, and right now they've been releasing on the weekend, Sunday, Monday. So you can look forward to the next one. Again, thank you and happy knitting. Bye!